Hey guys, you probably know by now, my family and I, we don't celebrate Christmas, and I really wanted to cover it this year. I wanted to cover the top 5 reasons we don't celebrate Christmas. There are more than 5, but I want to just touch on the top 5. I know this is super controversial. I know a lot of people are seeking truth in this area at this time of year. So, reason number 1 that we don't celebrate Christmas, and sorry about his bedhead, he just woke up. But reason number 1 is it's not even Jesus' birthday. We all know, probably, because it's all over the internet, truth has come out, that the Bible is pretty clear. It doesn't give a date for Jesus' birthday, but he was not born in the winter. And December 25th comes from winter solstice or whatever. And so they took over that holiday. The Catholics took over that holiday and tried to force people to celebrate Jesus. So they decided they were just going to make this day the day of Jesus' birth. Now, we don't do that for anybody else. And so we don't just randomly pick a day to celebrate somebody's birthday or to honor them. So why are we doing that for Jesus? Just because we want to partake in some fun worldly tradition? It doesn't make any sense. It's a contradiction. And the whole world celebrates it, and not everybody is a believer, obviously. So we just simply do not want to celebrate something that's not true. Reason number 2 that we do not celebrate Christmas as a family is I simply don't want to lie to my children and confuse them. Quick story. So, we used to celebrate Christmas when we had 4 children. I remember one day we were walking up to the mall. We were going to go see Santa. And my son was asking me questions like, Mom, how do I become like Santa and never die? Can I be Santa when I grow up? How does he never die? I thought that everybody died. And I remember trying to answer his questions and then remember how I answered his questions so that I didn't contradict myself with the answer that I had, and I kept making up lie after lie after lie after lie. And I thought, oh my goodness, I don't even remember what I said. How do you even answer that? Who created Santa? Like, how do I even continue? And that day I stopped. I was disgusted with my behavior. I stopped my kids in the parking lot. I did not consult my husband. I literally could not keep answering my like, he was 4 or 5-year-old son's questions. And I said, guys, I'm sorry. I have been lying to you. Santa is not real. It started to mess with their faith. They started to question Jesus at the age of 4 and 5 because we tell them, just believe in Santa and he'll give you whatever you want. Be good, don't be naughty. All you have to do is believe. These are all, and it's not a coincidence. And you can think that it is, and you can think that it's fun and games and that we're letting kids be kids, but ultimately we're lying and we're confusing them. We're telling them to have faith in Santa while having faith in Jesus. They can't see Santa, or they see fake versions of Santa. And so ultimately, I know that my children, when I told them the truth, they felt respected, they felt heard, and they felt like finally mom loves us enough to tell us the truth. They were a little upset at first, but they eventually were like, thank you, Mom, for telling us the truth. They felt honored. So we simply refuse to lie to our children and to mess with their actual faith in Yahusha, in Jesus. And my children have never regretted not celebrating Christmas. Reason number 3 we don't celebrate Christmas is because we're not commanded to. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that we are supposed to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Now, the Bible does give us many feasts and holy days that God has commanded us to celebrate, yet in the church and amongst believers, we don't celebrate any of those. Instead, we have made up man-made traditions to celebrate our Creator and Jesus, Yahusha, and we were never commanded to do any of these things. They're not biblical holidays. We are choosing ourselves how to worship God when He has put in His Word how He wants to be worshiped. Reason number 4 that we don't celebrate Christmas is it is rooted in greed, and the whole world celebrates it. If we're called to be set apart, why are we looking like everybody else and celebrating a holiday everyone else is celebrating? And why would we give each other gifts on Jesus' birthday? Why are we standing up in church saying, I want, I want, I want, what do you want for Christmas? I want this and I want this. How is Jesus' birth about us getting whatever we want? It doesn't even make any sense, and we just simply don't want to raise greedy children or be greedy ourselves. And reason number 5 we don't celebrate Christmas is the Bible warns of similar things like this. In Jeremiah, and I know this isn't specifically about Christmas, but in Jeremiah it warns us that man goes into the forest, cuts down a tree, and adorns it with gold and silver. And that is very similar to what we're doing in Christmas. The Bible warns us that we are to be set apart, that we are to not follow the traditions of this world. And even in Revelation, when the 2 prophets are killed, the people of the world, they celebrate the death of the prophets of God by exchanging gifts with each other. So the Bible warns us about holidays and traditions like this, and we just have to stay vigilant. If you want to celebrate something, the Bible gives you a long list of amazing feasts that we can remember God on, honor Him, and worship Him through. Be blessed, y'all, and have a great December.